And welcome back to the MTG Rundown. I'm Andrew.
I am happy.
And we're without a Nick today because he's currently at Gen Con doing stuff and things.
To date this a little bit,
Yeah, to date a little bit. He's at Gen Con doing stuff and things. So, don't know if you noticed, there might be a little delay in the videos. Last video we recorded had some sound issues, unfortunately, so it could not be put out.
Shame.
I
Andrew.
blame Wizards of the Coast.
You know what?
They
I
attacked
blame
us.
Mark Rosewater personally came in and unplugged Andrew's mic.
Yep.
And then slapped him in the face and
They
said,
did. He did.
Shut up.
He did. I cried.
We're being silenced, really is what it is.
Because he doesn't like it when we're talking about shit products that he's bringing out. But,
Exactly.
you know, whatever. It's fine. It's fine. He can be cool like that. So, but anyways, because of Mark Rosewater's personal attack onto me, the videos
Personal
might be...
and physical. We will be suing for physical and emotional damages.
Yeah, definitely. I have received many calls, though. I don't know, something about killing me or what. I don't know. I mean, it's a line. There's lines. But that being said, so yeah, if you notice the videos might be a little wonky on the release, don't worry about it. We'll get back to a regular scheduled thing as soon as humanly possible.
And when we do, because our schedule was a little bit wonky, our channel will be dead because YouTube will have decided that we don't exist anymore.
Yeah, they'll just shotgun it. Like, it will be great. It'll be great trying to bring it back to life. We're gonna.
I love the way the YouTube algorithm works.
Love
it's so
it.
Fun.
It's so good.
Hit that like, subscribe, and the bell, please.
Please, for the love of God, please.
Please.
Oh man, we need it. But today on today's show, we are going to go over the Dominar United spoilers that have come out and the great Unfinity cards, the great ones, the best ones. Like, they're amazing.
They're great cards. They have the best cards. They are the most cards.
They are the most cards. They are the most extra cards. That's for sure.
Most definitely.
I can't wait to see them played in Commander.
If we're playing a game and you put a sticker on one of your Goram cards, I will lose my mind.
And possibly the game. I mean, those stickers can be pretty powerful.
It's true.
Yeah. So, anyways, we'll start with Dominar United because that's actually a set.
Have we? I don't know if we have, but people, there are going to be Legends cards in the collector packs of Dominar United. What? I know.
What?
By the time you're hearing this, I will have talked about this 8 million times already to people who think they're just going to be able to pull a Legends card out of any Dominar United pack. You can't. They're in 3% of all printed Dominar United collector packs. 3%. There's also an extensive list of cards that you cannot pull from that slot because of the way that Wizards printed these cards back in the day. There was the A wave and the B wave. Nick talked about it in the video that was lost. But essentially, the A wave and the B wave were missing some cards between the both of them, and these cards were from what is assumed to be the B wave. So there are certain cards that you just simply cannot get because they were not printed during that print run. You can still get a Tabernacle, right?
You might be able to get a Tabernacle.
You can still get a Tabernacle, so, you know.
So, basically what Wizards is trying to do, be like, hey, if you want that chance for a Tabernacle, you should buy a bunch of collector booster packs.
It's true.
That's what they're saying. Because, and I know people are like, I don't want people to misconstrue this either. When we're talking 3% of all printed collector booster packs, we're not just talking about your local LGS. We're talking about all collector packs that they print for this set.
Yes. And that 3% is not a 3% chance of getting, like, a Tabernacle or an Angus Mackenzie. It's a 3% chance of getting, like, a Ramirez DiPietro.
Yeah.
You know? Or like commons, right? Like, just because it's a Legends card doesn't mean it's good.
Exactly.
And in fact, most of them are bad. Legends wasn't a very good set.
Legends was not a very good set. Not at all. It was unfortunate.
But it had a few good cards.
Had some fun cards in there. Had a couple fun cards.
Yeah.
Not too bad.
Yeah.
But everyone was like, oh, we could get a Tabernacle. You're probably not getting a Tabernacle.
You're not going to get a Tabernacle. And if you do,
congrats. You got the golden ticket.
good for you.
Hate you.
You should buy a lotto ticket. Well, not anymore. They just sold the winning lotto ticket.
Oh, I'll
But,
still get a lotto ticket because that's still more money than I'll ever see in my life.
It's true.
So
It's true.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
I'm not greedy. But anyway.
No, just desperate.
Yeah, oh, very, very desperate, man. You have no idea.
I have an idea.
Not desperate enough to buy like 100,000 collector booster packs, though. No.
No,
not that desperate at all.
I'm good.
But anyways, so starting with Dominar United, let's talk about the basics.
Oh my gosh, those
I
basics.
love these. These are beautiful.
I love the stained glass basics. Those are probably gonna replace a lot of my basic lands. I'm gonna be real with you.
Yeah, honestly, same. I definitely love how these look. I especially love how the mountain looks.
The
Gives me
mountain's
that
really
Mustafar feeling.
Yeah, very much so. I love that they've decided that purple is like the swamp color instead of just like the black. I love that. Purple's one of my favorite colors. Love purple.
Purple's a great color. It is a wonderful
I
color.
love like the radiance of the white of the plains.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely beautiful.
It definitely brings like that whole counter contrast between the black and white right there. It
makes
really
me think of Sarah.
Yeah. Definitely, Sarah. Definitely, you were playing white with those. And then to move on from that, we have a few uncommons that they brought out.
Yeah, the uncommon. They're making some of the old Legends cards, the old Legends uncommon Legends. They are printing new versions of. So like a Ramirez de Pietro Pillager. So he's a 4-drop, so 2 colorless, black and a blue for a 4/3 that when he enters, you lose 2 life and make 2 treasures. And whenever one or more pirates you control do combat damage to a player, exile the top card of that player's library, and you can cast that card for as long as it remains exiled. Pretty neat.
And
also,
he's a handsome man.
He is a handsome man. That man has a full mane of hair. He's got the eye patch.
He's got everything.
Dude, I mean, immaculate facial hair.
Immaculate. It is perfect. Perfection.
Yes.
Pure perfection.
It's a hot boy.
Then we have Jasmine Boreal of the 7, 2/4 for green and white and a colorless. It's a 3-drop there. Legendary creature, human druid, uncommon. You can tap it to add a green and a white mana to your pool. Spend this mana only to cast creature spells with no abilities. Creatures you control with no abilities can't be blocked by creatures with abilities. Sure, I'll go no ability tribal.
Yeah.
It'll be fun.
Bears. Lot of bears.
Lots of bears. Every single bear.
Battlestar Galactica. You couldn't hear the first 2/3 of that statement, but it was there. Don't worry about it.
Battlestar Galactica.
And then we've got Tor Wauki the Younger. So it's going to be a black and a red, 3 colorless for a 3/3 human archer with reach and lifelink. If another source you control will deal non-combat damage to a permanent or player, it deals that much damage +1 to that permanent or player instead. And whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, Tor Wauki the Younger deals 2 damage to any target.
That's pretty good.
He's real good.
That is real good.
He's pretty solid.
I like it. That could be fun.
No, that guy's really good.
He's really good.
I think he's pretty legit.
Yeah. He's definitely legit. He could be part of the 99 Aura Commander.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure. Now we move on to the rares that have come out. And the first one we're going to go over is Lana War Loam Speaker. 1/3, 2-drop for a green and a colorless.
They speak for the Loam.
They do speak for the Loam. They are the speaker of thy Loam.
The Loam racks.
The Loam. Damn it. It's an elf druid rare. You tap, add 1 mana of any color. Then tap target land you control becomes a 3/3 elemental creature with haste until end of turn. It's still a land. Activate only as a sorcery.
Not bad.
It's an elf.
Yeah,
it's an elf that's doing elf things.
Yeah, it does elf.
Definitely does elf things.
Oh look, another elf. And then we've got Evolved Sleepers. So this is just like a Figure of Destiny or Ascendant Spirit or any other of those types of cards. But it is going to be a black for a 1/1 human. Pay a black. Evolved Sleeper becomes a human cleric with base power and toughness 2/2. Pay a black and a colorless. If Evolved Sleeper is a cleric, put a Death Touch counter on it and it becomes a Phyrexian human cleric with base power and toughness 3/3. And then for a colorless and 2 black, If Evolved Sleeper is a Phyrexian, put a +1/+1 counter on it, draw a card, and lose a life. And that last ability is repeatable.
Yes.
So for the small investment of 7 mana, you get a guy who you can pay 3 mana to make bigger and draw a card and lose life.
Basically a living Phyrexian arena. For the most part, when you get to that third stage.
I mean, you have to pay 3 mana to do it, though.
Yeah, true. It's a bad Phyrexian
It's pretty
arena.
bad.
It's
Yeah.
a bad Phyrexian
Yeah, it's
arena.
pretty bad. But every single one of these types of cards has seen standard play.
Yeah.
Literally all of them.
Oh, for sure.
And I don't see why this should be any different.
I mean, how Ascendant Spirit is seeing play in Pioneer right now. So
Yeah.
Spirits deck. So
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
It's a pretty good card.
That damn mono blue spirits list.
Oh,
It's too good for its own good.
Yeah, I know. I'm having a lot of fun with it. Reminds me, I should play that tomorrow. Anyways, the last rare is Temporal Firestorm.
Yeah, I like
This
kind of
card is
cards.
legit.
Yeah,
The
these cards are
art
cool.
is legit. It's really cool.
Yeah, I like the Walker team up cards.
Oh yeah,
Pretty tight.
same. So we have 2 red and 3 colorless. It's a sorcery. It has kicker of either a colorless and a white and or a colorless and a blue. You may pay an additional, as you know how kicker works, but you can do either or both. Choose up to X creatures and or planeswalkers you control, where X is the number of times the spell was kicked. Those permanents phase out. Temporal Firestorm deals 5 damage to each creature and each planeswalker.
Yeah.
It goes big boom.
Yeah, it's a big boom, and you can save 2 of your dudes from that boom. I like it.
Yep.
I like that it's, I really do enjoy it's a Jaya spell, clearly, but like Teferi's in the background, like, hold on, also do Teferi things.
Yeah, definitely. It's the kind of D&D party you all wish you could have, where you have one person that's actually, dealing some damage, another person protecting, but that never works out.
No.
Never does.
You always have a lot of DPS and the one guy who's trying to run support, but just can't quite do it because everyone just keeps moving too far.
Yeah.
I'm not a bitter cleric.
See, my next character I'm playing this weekend is a cleric, but we'll talk about that later.
Mm.
You want to do the next one?
Yeah, we've got Shivan Devastator,
I
baby.
love this card.
This guy
I love
rips.
this card.
So it's a red and X flying haste. He enters with X/1/1 counters on him. Boom, big dragon, right in the face.
Oh yeah,
right in the face.
This card sees, I think, play in all formats.
Absolutely, this card rips.
Oh yeah, it's fast. It hits hard. It's going. You literally can go like turn 2 shenanigans if you want to.
Yeah, I
dig.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I dig.
I dig it too. It's good. It's good. A+ card. The last one we got is a Planeswalker, Mythic, Jaya Fiery Negotiator. Danger Grandma's back, and she's pissed off. We got 2 red and 2 colorless. Obviously, it's Jaya. Starts out with 4 loyalty. You can +1 to create a 1/1 red monk creature token with prowess.
Because, prowess never gets out of hand in standard.
No, it never does.
Happens.
Please give me Monastery Mentor back. -1, exile the top 2 cards of your library. Choose one of them. You may play that card this turn. Good. Typical red. -2, choose target creature an opponent controls. Whenever you attack this turn, Jaya Fiery Negotiator deals damage equal to the number of attacking creatures to that creature.
Fuck that guy in particular.
Yes, exactly.
That one right there.
It's like if you're playing like some beaters and you're like, okay, I got like 6. Oh, that thing's a 6/6. Yeah, I'll kill it.
Yep.
That works.
I'll just zap that guy. Excuse me.
My gosh, unprofessional.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, everyone.
Allergies suck.
Yep.
-8, you get an emblem with whenever you cast a red instant or sorcery spell, copy it twice. You may choose new targets for the copies.
Yeah, I'll take 3 lightning bolts for 1 mana, please.
Yes, I love that so much.
Yeah, I'll Jessica's Will 3 times, thanks. Do I just win now? I do.
This gives me seeing. I mean, obviously, and I know it's because of the 4 abilities, and my mind already goes to Jace the Mind Sculptor. Is it good as Jace the Mind Sculptor?
No.
No. But man, I'm
It's
really
still
glad
really
there's a red
good.
version. It's
Yeah,
still a
it's
really
still really
good,
good.
solid
Yeah.
card. It's still a good, solid card. I think the only thing I would have preferred on this card was for that -1 for the exile of the top 2 cards. Just let us play both of them.
I agree.
Yeah, just let us have them both.
Yep.
Don't make me choose.
But I mean, other than that, rock solid.
Yeah, it's definitely
rock
rock solid.
solid.
I give it an A-.
It's like the second red Planeswalker I've ever actually liked.
Yeah. What was the other one you liked?
Chandra Dressed to Kill.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Chandra
yeah,
Dressed to Kill's
she's
real
good. She is real good.
She's just so good.
Oh man, I'm trying to remember his name. He was a mono red Planeswalker from
Koth the Hammer.
Koth. I love Koth.
Koth is
That's
pretty
who
cool.
it is. I loved Koth. He was one of my favorites,
Yeah,
or
really
is
legit.
one of my favorites. All right, so the next bundle of joy we get to talk about is Unfinity. I don't know if you guys know this for the 9 of you that watch. I know I raised it up a little bit from last week.
We got like 12 on average.
We do have 12 on
Yeah, we
average.
do have
Oh,
12
okay.
on average.
I know we usually like to make the jokes about the 6 or 7 people
We
that
see
watch.
you. All right.
We see you. We saw all 12 of you.
We see you.
Anyways, got it.
Yeah.
We hate this set
No, I don't. I'm having a bad time. I'm having a bad time.
because Wizards was like, hey, you know what would be really great to make more money? Let's make some of the cards from Unfinity legal in eternal formats. That's a good idea, right?
So the biggest problem, personally, is the stipulation for which cards are or are not legal in eternal formats, i.e., Commander, Legacy, Vintage. Problem is, if it has the oval sticker or no sticker on the bottom of the card, then it is eternal legal. Now, what that means, unfortunately, is Wicker Picker is legal in eternal formats. Wicker Picker, 3 colorless mana for a 2/3 artifact creature, Scarecrow Guest. So far, I don't care, right? Whatever. Another Scarecrow. I hate it, but it's fine. Creature spells you cast have Sticker Kicker 1. You may pay an additional 1 mana as you cast a creature spell. If you do, you get a ticket, and then you may put a sticker on it.
Yep.
When I cast my Llanowar Elves, I can kick it and give it a sticker as I get my ticket. Why?
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 I don't wanna. So I won't, because I don't have to, but like, come on.
I
Why
don't
do you do this?
I don't know why they do this. I don't understand the need for
Por qué?
this.
Por qué?
Like, I understand unsets are typically supposed to be silly, fun. You do random silly stuff with
That's
it.
fine.
And that's perfectly fine. That's great. Do it. I want you to do it. I'm okay with you doing it. I'm not going to partake in it. I'm not a fan of unsets. I just like their lands. And some of the card stuff is funny. Some of the I like the little quirky stuff they do with it, but I'm not going to go to an undraft.
Yeah.
You know,
that's
I'm
fine.
not going to play like an uncommander deck. What I don't like is when Wizards tries to shove it down your throat.
Yes.
And that's what they're doing.
I guess what I'm trying to say is don't put your gasoline in my chocolate cake. You
Right.
know? Right? I like chocolate cake. We unfortunately are a gasoline-dependent society. Don't mix the two.
Yeah.
You know?
What if it's diesel though?
That's
I know, I'm
just
joking.
less refined gasoline.
I know. I'm just joking.
All right?
I'm joking.
Get a better joke.
I
God.
can't. I can't today, man. I have bad. All I have are bad jokes today. Yeah. But yeah, no. Once again, it's just like they're doing with alchemy.
Before we get into that,
Okay.
I will give this set one thing. All right? It's done me right in one way. Angelic Harold, everybody. All right.
Okay.
You thought that was like a title, motherfucker? It's a name. Angelic Harold for a colorless, a white, a blue, 3 CMZ. A legendary creature, angel performer, Flying 2/2. When Angelic Harold enters the battlefield, you may put a name sticker on a non-land permanent you own. Each creature you control with 3 or more words in his name gets +1/+1. I just... Come on.
It's the art. It's the art. That's
Come on.
getting
I
me.
mean, it's the art. I mean, I just love how he's Harold and he's like got these like faux angel wings and he's doing his crooner thing. I love it.
He's living his
Very
best
good.
life. He's living
He is
his
living
best life.
And
And
so
I'm happy
here
for it. Yeah, but again, going back to the rant I was going on, it's Wizards once again going, hi, we're going to force something that only a small group of people are going to like, and we're forcing it on everybody because money. Money. Which is, hey, I get it. You're a business. You need to run. But, there are other ways to make money. For example, printing more Double Masters 2022. That will do it.
Got him.
That'll do
Smoked
it.
him. Owned him. But they're shaking in their boots right now.
No, Mark Rosewater is going to beat me up and take my lunch money again. That's what's going to happen.
And everybody who says Far Out, it can just be a normal card.
It can't.
No,
No.
it can't. No, it can't. Have you read that card? Listen, all right.
Literally, Mark Rosewater, didn't Mark Rosewater have to come out and say, no, stop?
No, I'm
Or
pretty
was
sure
it-
Mark Rosewater was like one of the guys who was like, it could have just been a normal card.
I remember there was somebody.
There
in
was someone
Wizards-
who was like, no, stop, it cannot.
Yeah, no. So just in case if you want to know what it does, Far Out is a 1 white and 2 colorless enchantment. Rather than choose the indicated number of modes for spells and abilities you control, you may choose 1 or more modes. You can't choose any more mode more than once.
I.e., you can activate every mode on a card no matter what.
And then, so if you need to know, like, well, what's a mode? Let's think Cryptic Command for a moment. So if you had this card out and you decided to play a Cryptic Command, you get to choose all of those modes once.
Bounce a permanent.
Counter a spell.
Counter a spell, draw 2 cards, tap down all creatures an opponent controls.
No card should ever be that powerful.
You get to do all of them.
Yeah.
That's too much.
It's way too much.
It's too much.
Automatically, that should tell you, oh gosh, no. Think about it this way. You might think it's funny to do.
K-Command, dude. K-Command, being able to choose everything on Vulcan's command.
Yeah, no. No,
That's
thank you.
that's no buenos.
Yeah, it's no bueno.
That's not
No.
cool.
That is not cool. So before you start going, oh my God, wait, why not? It would be so funny. Think about going against that for 2 seconds.
No, I wouldn't.
Just for a moment, think about
Do
it.
you want me to do that
No.
to you? Do you want me to cryptic command you for everything every time I cryptic command?
Yeah.
Are you sure about that? Because cryptic command plus Mystic Sanctuary was already bad enough, and that was you still had to pay 4 mana for your next cryptic command. I just get to do all of it whenever I want.
No,
Is that okay?
I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't
Do you
want
want
it.
me to be able to austere command for everything?
No, good Lord, no.
Are you sure?
I'm really happy they put an acorn sticker on that.
Thank God.
Yeah, because I can already tell you that would have been a day 1 ban.
Oh yeah, it would have had to be.
It'd be day 0. The commander committee would come out going no, like they did
No,
with
hold
freaking
on.
Lutri.
Well, because Lutri was, unfortunately, they had to. I
Yeah.
just listen. I'm salty about Lutri because he's a cute otter.
He is.
Okay,
He's
because
adorable.
he's a cute otter. All right, but yes, that card does need to be banned. Unfortunately, no. I think the command, the rules committee, does not ban enough cards in Commander.
That's fair. That's fair. I can see an argument for that.
They have printed like the most cards they've printed in like the past 2 years running, and they have banned the same number of cards,
True.
right? But there are more problem cards printed now than there have been previously, and yet they
I'll
are
talk about this.
and yet they are still banning cards as if they are printing like the amount of cards that they printed in the past.
Right. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work out. The math doesn't work out.
Yes.
Doesn't check. So let me ask you something.
Yeah.
What's a card right now you think should be banned? Let's put you on the spot.
To be real with you, Uro could probably be banned in Commander.
Okay. Tell me why.
He's an inevitability engine, and he's an
Okay.
inevitability engine that's really, really hard to get rid of. I mean, like, you can Swords or Path Uro, right? And I mean, there are more ways to get rid of him, but I just think he... you know what? Actually, scratch that. Omnath. 4-color Omnath.
Oh, yeah.
4-color Omnath.
Sure.
For sure. For a very similar reason. He's just the best inevitable. Like, Landfall was good before Omnath.
Yeah.
In Commander, there
We
is
got
no doubt.
better.
Landfall is like incredible now that Omnath is around, and it's incredible to the point that it's oppressive in a bad way. Right? It's not like Control where like they have to like reach a point where they are stable. They just Omnath just like you cast Omnath and you instantly stabilize without having to do any work.
Makes sense.
It also replaces itself, which is in a vacuum innocuous, but tacked on to a card like Omnath becomes a problem.
Sure. No, I agree with that. I can definitely agree with that. I'm trying to think of something for what I would want to see gone and put in ban jail.
Gaia's Cradle.
Yeah,
Another
Gaia's
one.
Cradle will be another one. That can get pretty hectic, crazy. You know, for me, I can't think of anything that should be banned right. I mean, Armageddon, I kind of think should be banned.
Yes,
screw
but
Armageddon.
that card is just unfun.
Yeah, I'm that's kind of person I am. Like when it comes to Commander, I don't like cards that make the entire table feel miserable. When you're playing Magic or any game, you're wanting to have fun. I like having fun when I play. I like playing with my friends. What I hate is when you're playing with your friends and you get that one lone guy that's like, hey, you mind if I jump in for a game? And then decides to be like, oh, I'm just going to Armageddon. I only have stacks. And then taps the table repetitively because of his Rustic Study. But anyways, I mean, I'm not personally attacked. Anyways, no. The point being, though, I am a fan of joining a table full of friends and having fun and not being stuck with that one person that's like, hi, yeah, I'm literally playing a deck that ruins all of your fun.
Yes.
That being said, let's ban Urza.
Oh, no, that's legit. No,
Yeah.
no, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's totally fair.
That came to mind because...
That's totally fair.
That literally came to mind as I was saying, I'm like, oh, yeah, Urza. Fuck that card.
Yeah. Listen, Urza Lord High Artificer... That guy's a fucking island. That card's real good. That card's a G, homie. I am into Urza Lord High Artificer.
Sure.
But if Tolarian Academy is banned, then Urza should probably also be banned.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Well,
I'm not even counting Urza's the other, like, text on Urza, but the ability to tap your artifacts for blue mana, right? Colored mana, and there being no restrictions on how you spend that mana. Because Galzeth Prismari lets you do the same thing, but only for instants and sorceries.
Yes.
And that is much more limiting to what you can do. Urza just says you can do it for blue, the best artifact color.
Now, I know what some people are thinking, because this argument's been brought to me when I've talked about, because I have talked about it in the past, like, obviously not on camera, but about, like, Urza being a toxic deck to go against.
Sure.
Whether it's CEDH, which it's 9 times out of 10, if you're seeing Urza, it's competitive.
It's competitive, and it's competitive in the worst way.
So let me tell you something, by the way, folks, if you go into a group and somebody says, oh, yeah, I'm just going to, are we playing casual call? I'm just going to pull out Urza, leave the table.
No.
Don't deal with it. Don't do it.
Yep.
Don't do it. Because I'm going to tell you what's already in that deck. You're dealing with Winter Orb. I was going to say Static Orb. I meant
Winter Orb, Static Orb.
Yeah,
no, you're dealing with both of them.
Yeah, you are dealing with both.
Yep.
You're dealing with every single counter spell in the game, probably. Lots of multi-turn. There are infinite mana loops to just be, there's too many.
Yeah.
There's too many reasons why. So if somebody says, "Oh yeah, guys, I'm going to play my casual Urza deck," walk away. That's not a casual deck.
Because if Urza is played casually, that means you are playing those cards in a fair manner. And Stacks cards like Winter Orb or Static Orb played in a fair manner means they are being played on curve without a way to exploit them, which means the game just takes forever because no one can do anything.
Right. So yeah, no, I am all for Urza being banned. That would be my first choice because
if Braids is too toxic, then so is Urza. God damn it.
I agree with that.
If Rafellos is too toxic, then Urza is too toxic. That is my decree.
No, I agree. I've gone against a few Urza decks in my lifetime, and I hated every single match.
Yeah, no, it's not fun.
And everybody that plays them are at their assholes.
Yeah.
They really are. They honestly are. Like, if you have an Urza deck, you might be an asshole.
They're sadists. They're sadists.
Yeah.
They like feeling that small amount of power because they don't have any in their lives and they need an outlet, and it's not socially acceptable to bully people as an adult because we're adults and we'll just tell you to go to hell.
Yeah.
So they got to find their own way to do it.
And Urza's the way to do it.
If you play Urza and you're cool, I mean, I'm sure you exist out there because, right? I mean, decks are not a monolith, might be, but also, come on, guys.
So we say this, I should probably mention, there was a point in time in my life that Silver owned an Urza deck.
Yeah, because they really wanted to do something competitive.
Because, well, it wasn't even competitive. Like, it wasn't like that. It was more because the LGS we went to, a lot of people there were very sneaky about the decks they played. So every Saturday, this place would hold a free Commander event where if you won your pod, you got a free standard pack. It was nice. It was a nice little thing. So we would go. Everybody knew. Now, they did separate it. Like, hey, if you want to play competitive, we're going to make your own pod.
Yeah,
yep.
Those guys go over there.
We're going to put you in your own pod. But what people would do, because to get that $4 pack, they would be like, oh, yeah, I'm playing something super casual. It's fine. And they'd be like, oh, by the way, turn 2 win. Or be like, oh, yeah, I'm playing super casual like Urza or something like that. And it would just be ridiculous. You hated that game.
Yeah.
So I believe at the time, if I'm remembering this correctly, which Silver will tell me if I'm not remembering correctly, they built Urza just to be like, fuck these people.
Yeah.
And we had it for a while until we had to liquidate our original collection, but that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
I just remember that. I'm like, but I mean, Silver knows they're an asshole, so it's fine.
Yeah, and like I will also, I'll out myself. I play Joyra. All right, I am also toxic, but less so. Everybody still gets to play their game, right? Everybody can still tap their mana.
Oh yeah, I mean, I play Negotiator, which oh man, do I have to tell you? So
what did you do?
On Saturday, I was playing with a couple of our friends. I won all 3 of our games, by the way. I was really happy with myself. I won with Prosper, won with Rondis, and I won with Negotiator. The Negotiator one was pretty fun because I was like, okay, guys, I think I'm going to pull out. I was going to pull out Nalia, but I was like, I really want to play, Negotiator. I just upgraded it a little bit. And I was like, yeah, go ahead and play Negotiator. It's fine. And I'm like, okay, that usually means I have a target on my head, but that's fine. It's cool. Whatever. Okay. So I pull it out, I play it, and I had a really good fast hand. So I'm like, cool, maybe we'll get Negotiator out pretty quick. Well, I ended up in my hand where I had Whispering Madness and grafted Exoskeleton.
Oh!
And Negotiator out.
Well.
Guess what didn't get countered? Any of it. So I go, okay.
Cool.
So I also had a Ledger Shredder out, which was getting pretty beefy.
Yeah, he's a beefcake.
So I was just going, okay, cool. I look at everyone, I go, hey, DJ, do you have any flying blockers? No, good, okay. I'm going to tap 4, I'm going to go grafted Exoskeleton. Any responses? So Silver Brainstorms are playing Kess. Can't get the counterspell. I'm like, awesome. I'm going to equip that bad boy onto Negotiator. Then I'm going to Whispering Madness. What's the highest we're discarding? 6? Great. You all get 6 poison counters. Then I'm going to cipher this bad boy onto Ledger Shredder.
Smack.
Swing. I win! First time that deck's won with Infect.
Diabolical. Diabolical.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I think DJ's words were, you shouldn't be allowed to play Negotiator anymore. Which I can't blame them.
I did feel bad for DJ. I did absolutely one-shot him with Atraxa once. I mean, no one killed my Atraxa. It got up to like a 25-25, and I was like,
God.
DJ, do you have any flyers? And he said no, and I'm like, all right, you're dead. Next.
Next. Yeah, we actually, our second game, the one I was playing Rondos, was really good. Like, I thought I was losing that game. I thought Silver was going to wipe us, but I top-decked the best Blasphemous Act.
Oh, nice.
So I was able to wipe the board. I ended up casting Blasphemous Act 3 times that game.
That's pretty tight.
Eternal Witness, and then the one that can eternalize. Timeless Witness.
Yeah.
Yeah, so bringing that back, I was like, man, I really want to bring back my Apex Devastator. But man, those boards are scary. I won that game with like 3 life left.
Nice.
So I was like,
oh
man, I love close games like that. But no, it was a fun time though. But going back to it, like, we probably most Commander players have that one toxic deck, at least one.
You gotta have one.
You gotta have
you can
one.
just like whip out when everybody's like, "I'm gonna play my big stuff."
The
And it's
argument
like,
can be
"All right."
said I have 2 between Prosper and Nekusar, because Prosper can get kind of nasty.
No, Prosper's good.
Yeah, I love Prosper. Such a fun card. I mean, deck. And it's a fun card in general, too. But, like, it's okay to have that. It's okay to have that one deck where you're like, snicker, I'm going to do something funny. And it's a little toxic, and it's going to make some people miserable. But if all you're doing is you are literally going to a table and going, oh, yeah, man, I'm playing this super casual, Urza deck, or, something else that's competitive out there. Come on, don't do that. Straight up.
Listen, as the guy who plays casual Gov Guru of Spores, you're never playing casual Gov Guru of Spores, all right? He's just too good, okay? He's just too good. I try to keep him nice, but he's not.
I try to do that with Prosper. I try to keep Prosper nice. I love playing that deck, and it's like, I don't want people to like hate me, so I'll make it a little nicer. I thought I was doing that Saturday, but then I was like, I had a decision. I had Valky in my hand. I'm like, do I make this Tibble?
Yes.
I know I make a Tibble. I actually didn't this time. You know what I got for it? Silver's Rafine, DJ's Clouth, and then Tina's one of their other cards. I just can't remember the name of it. It wasn't that important.
Nice.
I was like, oh, they're all playing
Nice.
creature decks. You know what? Let me do Valky this time. Let me see what I get. Let's test this for science. Oh, hi, Clouth. Yeah, I'm gonna tap 7 and transform. I'm gonna make a bunch of mana now.
Yeah.
So dumb.
Nice.
Oh God, the saltiness from DJ was so pure. It was wonderful. DJ, if you're watching, I love you. Anyways.
Nice.
The first comment better be like, no, you fucking don't. But no, I mean, yeah, in the world of Commander, I mean, I know we were talking about Unfinity and that these cards are going to be seeing Commander play. It's going to create a lot of confusion. I hope as these things come out, maybe Wizards will kind of explain more why they want to do this.
I would enjoy if they treated the sticker and ticket cards like they do the anti and conspiracy cards.
Oh yeah.
Where they're like, you just can't, right?
Yeah.
Like no. But like, sure, I'm sure there are a lot of commons and uncommons in this set that will be fine, right? That will be like whatever, who cares?
Yeah. Or they make it like a little rules thing where it's like, you know what? These things will be utilized in just unspecific like events.
Yes.
That type of deal. It's kind of like that. I mean, and this is kind of a far stretch, but I do this because we had this incident not too long ago here at our shop where it's kind of like that ruling with the standard pre-con deck.
Oh yeah.
The white one where it has Faceless Haven and that's been banned in standard.
And it's not the first time that they've done this type of thing
right.
either.
It's not the first time they've done this. It's not too common.
Mm.
But they did this because they made the white pre-con deck, which basically was the old mono white beats. It had Faceless Haven. It was a whole thing. Well, after they already put it in production, they banned Faceless Haven. So they came out and they said, listen, if you play the mono white pre-constructed deck as is, you don't change anything, you don't swap anything out, you can play it as is. That means you can play with the Faceless Havens.
Because they knew the deck was not powerful enough to overrun any of the top decks in the meta.
Exactly. It's there for someone that's maybe getting into standard and they need a deck right out the box ready to go and they really want to try an event. That's the best way to go.
The last time they did this was most notably with the Stoneforge Mystic.
Yeah.
Back in Worldwake.
Yep, that's true. I forgot about that. Oh my gosh, that was so long. Man, I remember now that was standard.
Yeah.
Oh man, I feel the gray. Anyways, yeah, we actually had an incident, I guess, at the store here where somebody.
Well, that guy's just a.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a fun guy.
Not great.
Not great. But yeah, so it's kind of similar to that. I'm hoping they kind of go with it. They say, hey, you know what? With these, we're gonna limit it, or we're gonna basically just say these are just for unevents, because I don't see this going over well if they keep a lot of these cards like Eternal format. It's one thing if you want to take some rares and mythics and be like, hey, you know what? We have this special little pool of cards that are gonna be okay for Eternal. You know, they're just going to be there for, like, you know, your legacy, your commander. Yeah, vintage commander, that type of deal. That's what they're there for. But don't try to add in like these ticket things. Just don't, please. I'm begging.
It's too late.
Mark, when you come and beat me up tonight, just please listen to my pleas for once. But I think that's all we got today.
I think that's it. That's it for me.
So, you guys, we will be back next week. I mean, whenever this comes out, this will be next week.
Yeah.
We'll be back. I don't know what we're going to do. We might talk about more news, might talk about more stuff. Maybe we'll do some gameplay. I don't know. We'll figure something out.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I've been Andrew.
I am happy.
And we will see you guys next time on the MTG Rundown. Have a good one.
Laters.